This is clear. Is my voice is audible?
Yes.
Okay. So post installation steps today we are going to see. So after installation of Linux, it will ask you to reboot the system. Then we can go for the post installation steps. It's booting. So welcome screen will come. Click on forward. So select yes, agree the license agreement. Select no, prefer to register at a later time. No thanks, I will connect later. Click on forward. Here we must create one user account. For example, I create a user account. Khan. Give the password, any password you can give. I am giving Red Hat. Click on forward. Okay, click on yes, weak password, no problem, yes. So if you want to change the date and time, you can change the date and time. Otherwise, click on forward. So insufficient memory kernel. Kdump means kernel dump. Whenever our system is crashed, so one kernel dump file will be created. So no problem, click on OK, click on finish. Now you are going to get the login screen. So it will ask you here, just now we created user account Khan. So if you log in as a Khan user, Khan is a normal user account. So if you log in as a Khan user, the normal user commands only can work. So whatever the administrator commands, whatever the commands we are going to practice, they are not going to work, error will come, permission is denied. That is the reason while practicing Linux server, always log in as a root administrator. Root is the administrator account in Linux. So click on other. Username root. So at the time of installation, we given the password Red Hat. Give the password Red Hat. Log in as a root user account. Root is the administrator account name in Linux. ROOT. Click on close. So each and every configuration in Linux we are going to do with command prompt only. So how do you get the command prompt? Right click on the desktop, click on open in terminal. Click on this. See, if we are working with Windows, we can know where we are. For example, this is my Windows. I can know where I am. I can open my computer. I can open D drive. So here I can understand where I am, my computer, D drive, some whatever the softwares, machines, everything I know. So this is the path it will display. But while we are working with Linux, how do you know where you are? That is important. Remember, in Linux, when we are working with Linux, first of all, we have to know the command. What is your present working directory? Here, remember, the command is pwd, the present working directory. So where I am? I am under /root. /root is the default home directory of administrator. Under /root, I am in the folder desktop. So like that, whatever the commands we are going to do in Linux, first we have to know where we are. Windows graphical mode, you can open D drive, open songs, or open movies, or open softwares. So you can know it is a graphical mode. But Linux, we are in the command mode. So we have to understand where we are. For that, the command is pwd, present working directory. Now I want to see the files and directories. So I am in desktop directory. I want to know what are the files and directories available here. ls, no files and directories. Okay, leave it. To see the files and directories in a Linux, in Linux operating system, command is ls. Next, I want to go to my home directory. So I am an administrator. My home directory /root. So wherever you are, if you want to go to your home directory, command is cd. So /root. This is my home directory, present working directory. So previously I am in desktop directory, but when I given the command, so I went back to my home directory because this is the administrator. Every user has a home directory. Like I am the root administrator. My home directory /root. Now I want to check what are the files and directories here. ls. Same command, ls command. Now see, black color are files, blue color are directories. So for this, how do you difference the files and directories? We are going to see. We can have some commands are there, but initially how to understand, whenever you are working with Linux, black color are files, blue color are directories. So leave it. How to check the kernel of the operating system? Uname, Linux kernel. So Unix name, Linux kernel. How to see the complete information of a system? Uname space -a. So this is Linux server, this is host name, kernel version, kernel release, architecture. I will give the commands for this. I will send the documents also. Next to how to check the computer name, host name. How to check the IP address of the system, ifconfig. This is the IP address. And how to see the date, command is date. To see the calendar, command is cal. Like initially these are the commands we are going to use. Now I will explain you. So who are the users in Linux? Super user or root user. Just now we logged in as a root user. So root user can get the hash prompt. See here, we have the hash prompt is there. This is the command prompt. So root user or super user. So having all privileges, it can perform each and every task. Normal user can get the dollar prompt. That is also we are going to see in our user management classes. When you are dollar prompt, you can assume you are a normal user. You can execute only normal user commands which are allocated to you. Pseudo users. So the administrator privileges, some of the privileges we can assign to the normal users. Those are called pseudo users. So super user or root user, normal user, pseudo users. Next, what is shell? Shell is the interface between user and kernel. Shell is nothing but a command line checker. Most of the shells are developed in C language. Shell identifies whether the user is a super user or normal user or pseudo user. Linux supports all the shell. Default shell is bash. So general entry point of view, if anybody asks you the question, what is the default shell? In Linux is bash. So types of shells, bash, born again shell. See, every Unix flavor will support all the shells. But what is the default shell of each operating system? Bash, born again shell, default shell of Linux. SH, bone shell, default shell of Sun Solaris and HP Unix. KSH, Korn shell, default shell of IBM and AX. But to C shell will work on all the flavors. But to C shell is for This is especially developed for C programmers. Like that, every flavor of operating systems of Unix and Linux, they will support all the shells. Next, what is kernel? So kernel is the interface between shell and hardware. Kernel is having a core operating system. Windows kernel, Linux kernel, Solaris kernel, like that. Operating system is nothing but a kernel. Every operating system contains kernel, and kernel will communicate it directly to the hardware. It converts high level language to low level language and low level language to high level language. So this is kernel work. Now, Linux operating system or any Unix operating systems can identify the files with the type of file. So we can have some symbols and characters are there. Hyphen means normal file. Dot hidden file. B block special file. L linked file. S socket file. D directory file. P piped file. C character special file. For this we have commands are there. So if you want to know what is the file type, so we have some commands are there. We are going to see in our classes. Now just now I showed you uname command. It displays the system information. See in uname we have number of options are there. Uname hyphen a. Just now I showed you. All information. Uname hyphen r kernel release. Uname hyphen v kernel version. Uname hyphen m machine architecture. Uname hyphen I hyphen I hardware platform. Uname hyphen P processor architecture. Uname hyphen S OS name. So like that we can have number of options are there. So any option there. What is the command to see the kernel release? Uname hyphen R. What is the command to see the kernel machine architecture? Uname hyphen M. Like that we have to give the answers. So these are the options. One P processor hardware platform hyphen O operating system. So hyphen S kernel name. So we have to remember these options. Next ls command already I showed you. So ls displays the files and directories. ls hyphen a displays hidden files and directories. ls hyphen d displays the directories. ls hyphen m displays the files and directories with commas. ls space hyphen r reverse order it will display. ls hyphen q display with double quotations. ls space hyphen capital R recursive mode the complete architecture. ls hyphen s with size. ls hyphen I with inode numbers. ls hyphen sh with size in understandable language. ls hyphen t sort by modification time. ls hyphen I l with the full list. So like this we can check the commands. Now so ls hyphen a hidden files and directories. ls hyphen m with commas. ls hyphen q with quotations. ls hyphen r reverse order. ls hyphen t with modification time. ls hyphen l with the full list. So full list hyphen means normal file. So D directory file. So number of links 1, 2, 2, 2. These are permissions read, write, execute like that. Owner of the file, owners group, number of bytes used by the file, who is the when the date and time file is like that. Complete information you can get of the file. Next to creating files. So touch. The command is touch. By using this command, we can create empty files. Empty means 0-byte files. We can also change the timestamps. Timestamp means, so one month back I created one file. I want to change the time. I can change by using touch command. Cat. By using this command, you can create file, writes the data, and append the data. Append means adding. But we cannot modify the data. This is cat command. VI, virtual editor. So 99% we are going to use this command only. By using this command, we can create file, write the data, modify the data, or delete the data. So these are the three commands in Linux. So touch, cat, va, touch, only empty files we can create, n number of empty files. Cat, you can create file, at the same time you can write the data, you can add the data, but whatever the existing data is there, you cannot modify or delete. VI, you can create the file, write the data, modify the data, delete the data. So 99% we are going to use VI. Open the file, go to particular line, copy the line, delete the line, replace the character, replace the number of characters. So everything we are going to use VI. Now practically we are going to see. In Linux, the path is important. Path means where we are. So where we are, that is relative path. I am under /root directory. So where I am, that is relative path. So I want to create the files in relative path. Relative path means, for example, I am in D drive. I want to create the files in D drive. So that is relative path. So now creating the files by using touch command, touch. A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, LS. See, files are created. A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F. This is relative path. Where I am, I created the files here. But I want to create the file in different location. That is called absolute path. You have to tell the path. Path means directory, destination. Touch. I am creating a file under /home. So see, slash is the main directory in Linux. Yesterday already we discussed. Under slash we have a default home directory of user, /home is there. There I created Apple. But I am not in home directory. I am in my root directory. I created a file under /home. I want to check the file. LS. See, Apple is not here. It is under /home. Change the directory cd /home. Q the command pwd. Now see, now I am under /home. Previously I am under /root. I created file under home. So I am checking the file Apple. I want to check the file. To check the files and directories, ls. See, Apple is there. So go back. So I want to go to my root directory, cd. Now pwd. So I am in root directory. Now without going to home directory, I want to check the files. ls. So previously I changed directory, then I check. Now I don't want to change, but I want to check. ls. Check. Where you want to check the files? Under /home. it shows. So apple is there. You can go there, you can check. Without going there also, we can check. This is cat command. Sorry, touch command. Now cat command. Cat space greater than file name. I am creating a file by using the cat command. Enter. Write the data. This is my first cat file. Hello, how are you? Something, some data you can write. So to create a file by using cat command, cat space greater than space file name. So write the data in RNG file. So whatever the data you written, after that give the command enter. Now I want to save this data. To save the data, press Ctrl D. D for dog. Press Ctrl D. D for dog. Now my data is saved. ls. So RNG file is created, but while creating, I written the data also. Now I want to see the data in a file. Cat space file name. To check the data in a file, command is cat space file name. So don't use any symbols here. Cat space just file name. So check the data. See, this is my data. Now what I want to do, I want to add some data. Existing data, I cannot do anything. I cannot modify. So how to add the data? Cat space double greater than file name orange. Now you can add the data. Now after adding the data, save the file. Save the file, Control D. D for dog. Now check the data. Cat space file name. So data is added. So but the existing data you cannot modify and delete, but you can add your data. This is cat command. Next, to see the number of lines in a file, cat space -n file name. To see the number of lines in a file, 10 lines are there. It's like that. Next, so whenever we given the command cat space orange, it shows the data. But I don't want to get the data on the terminal. I want to redirect. I want to store on some other location. Later I can check. Output redirection. Mango. So whatever the data is showing on the terminal, don't show here. Print the data in Mango file. So Mango file is not there, just now it is created. Cat space Mango. So the data is printed there. So whatever the data in an orange, the output I stored in Mango file. Later I can check. This is called output redirection. How to redirect multiple files data? Cat space orange space Mango. Whatever the data is there in orange, whatever the data is there in Mango, I want to redirect into another file banana. Now multiple files data. Now you can check banana. So both data is located on banana file. So like this, you can use the redirection symbols. Now existing data we cannot modify by using cat command. But if I want to modify the data, delete the data in a file, I can go for vi space file name orange. So I want to go to last line, escape shift G, insert a new line, escape O. I can add the data. I want to set the line numbers, escape shift colon set space NU. I will send this document to you. These are the line numbers. I want to remove the line numbers, escape shift colon set space no NU. So go to the first line, escape shift H, home line. Go to the middle of the page, escape shift M. Go to last line, escape shift G. Delete a line, escape DD. Copy a line, escape YY. Paste the line P. So replace the character escape R. replace the number of characters, escape shift R. I can replace the characters. So like that, we can have the number of V8 commands. Save the file. Escape shift colon WQ exclamatory. So if I want to new file, VI space file name ABC. See, there is a new file, but you cannot write the data here. If I try to write the data will not printing here. So I want to go to the insert mode. This is escape mode. If you want to write the data, you can go to insert mode. Escape I. Now insert mode. This is, you can write the data now. This is my first VA editor file. So you can write any data here. This is called insert mode. I want to save the file. Go to the command mode. Escape shift colon. So this is command mode. WQ. W means write, Q means quit, write and quit, save and quit, exclamatory. So check the file cat space ABC like that. This is V editor. So we have V editor commands are there here in the our document. These are VA space file name when you open a file. So escape I insert mode, escape YY line copy, 10 YY 10 lines copy, escape DD delete a line, escape 10 DD delete 10 lines, escape P paste the line. So 10 lines copy, escape shift D delete end of the line from cursor, delete the data, delete the data, end of the line from cursor, escape O, insert a new line, escape shift O, insert a new line above the cursor, escape R, one character replace, escape shifter complete replace mode, escape shift colon percentages old word new word. So like this we can have the V editor commands. So this complete document I will send to you. See, whenever you are having an operating system, you can have different files, different types. How to use means depending upon your requirement, you can use. So I can have text file. How to use? Open the text file, read the data. You have a Word document, PDF format. Open the file, you can read the PDF format. Like that, in Linux also, we can have the different types of files. Depending upon requirement, we can use that files. So I am sending this document. So you can go through the documents. So VMware workstation also I am sending, and Red Hat ISO image. So both I send. So you can go through the installation part. Already videos also I sent. So thank you. Tomorrow we will continue the next commands, copying the files, creating directories, copying the files and directories, removing the files and directories. Tomorrow we are going to. Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Chepu Babu.
Sir, already old OS disco processor. అది not install the OS sir. Why sir?
Which one?
నా దగ్గర అంతకు ముందు ఒకటి గూగుల్ ఒక డౌన్లోడ్ చేసినది డిస్కో ఫైల్ రెడ్ హ్యాట్ది. అది ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తే అప్పుడు ఇన్స్టాల్ కాల, ఎందుకన్నా నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు.
ప్రాపర్ గా సెలెక్ట్ చేసి ఉండరు ఐఎస్ఓ, నా వీడియో ఫాలో అయిపోయి క్లియర్ గా ఉంటుంది నీకు.
సరే సార్. అది ఇన్స్టాల్ కాదండి, దాన్ని తీసేసాను లేదు సార్. ఓకే సార్. నిన్న జరిగిన క్లాస్ కూడా సెండ్ చేశారా?
అది అక్కడ దుర్గా షాప్ నుంచి వస్తాయి అన్ని.
సరే సార్.
వాళ్ళ సర్వర్ లో లోడ్ అవుతాయి అన్ని.
ఓకే సార్.
ఆల్రెడీ వీడియోస్ మొత్తం పంపించాను, టోటల్ వీడియోస్.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
మెయిల్ లో ఉంటే చూసుకో మొత్తం.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఓకే సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.